Could you give me one of your favorite things about America in your best American accent? You went to college. Where'd you go to college?
I went to college in Champaign-Urbana. I won an NCAA title. I actually won 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How do you say opportunity in American? Opportunity of America is what turns me on the most.
G'day and welcome to Big Down Under. I'm Charlie Cotton, and today on the podcast, I'm talking to my good mate and Australian of the Year, Dylan Alcott. So I met Dylan before he was famous, like 2011, I want to say. We met on Cancun spring break. He was there, I was there, we were getting boozy, we were loving life, and ever since then, we have been mates. He has gone on to quite some success. Me, not so much. He, as I said at the top, won Australian of the Year. That's an award we give out to the best person of the year. Sometimes they've done something great science. Sometimes they've done something great sports or whatever. He won it. And the reason he won it is because he's just like a hero in Australia for disability awareness. He's been to the Paralympics for 2 different sports. He won gold medals in basketball and gold medal at wheelchair tennis as well. And also, his tennis career has just like gone on to great ends. He won Grand Slams in tennis, and he's met just like every big celebrity you'd want to think about. He is a legend, and I was very pleased to have him here sitting next to me on the podcast to talk all about his life and career and the possibility that the Australian of the Year might be living in America pretty soon. So without further ado, here is Dylan Alcott. So Dylan, mate.
Charlie Cotton.
We met in Cancun.
We did.
About 15 years ago.
The Broasis on spring break. Look how far we've come, mate. Pretty cool to be in Los Angeles. Very proud of what you've been doing. And we had some dreams of working together one day in the media all around the world, and look at us, we're actually doing it.
We kind of are.
That's nice, mate.
Yeah, I remember like I could be part of the group. I knew Dylan before he was famous.
Yeah.
I remember me and you were like, at one point, we were sort of like, who will be the first to get to 10,000 followers?
I pumped you on that, didn't I?
I'm only at about 10,000 now.
I know.
I haven't got much.
I'm about half a mil. Half a mil.
Wow.
Look, I still remember we had a mutual friend, said g'day. And you and I connected, mate, straight away on that spring break. We were both studying on exchange at university. I was actually playing college basketball at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. And mate, we just clicked, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we became close friends ever since, went to Coachella together. And then, we both had a bit of a pipe dream of doing work in America or in the media, on TV and radio and that kind of stuff. And, mate, it's cool. It's cool that we're doing it.
Yeah, you went on to do amazing things. You went on to be our Australian of the Year. And I've been talking to my American colleagues about this. They're like, you award one person every year as the best person of the country or whatever. Like it's a foreign concept.
To any other country in the whole world. If you talk to people from America, from the UK, they're like, what do you mean? They pick one Australian. It's like the highest civilian honor you can get.
Yeah.
And there's been actors and sports stars and all kinds of people that have won it.
Mostly like scientists and like smart people who cure things.
Yeah, and then washed up tennis players like me.
Right.
So look, it was won the Golden Slam, which is all 4 Grand Slams and the gold medal in the same year. And we do a lot of stuff, back home to support people with disability. We pay for university scholarships, wheelchairs, athletes to become Paralympians, all kinds of stuff. And mate, what a bloody, can you believe it, Australia? What the hell?
I actually can't believe it.
I
still can't believe it. So can you tell me about like just your early beginning? Can you tell me about your early beginnings? Maybe we'll start even before you were born, or what happened that, you ended up in a wheelchair? Was there, you tell me.
So I was born with a tumor wrapped around my spinal cord that was cut out when I was a couple of days old. So pretty gnarly thing to happen for a family. And whether you're from America, Australia, anywhere in the world, there's no manual when you have a disabled child. And my parents didn't know that I was going to have a tumor on my spine. And the surgeon said, we've got to cut that out, otherwise he's not going to make it. And had about 11 operations in order to save my life in the first 8-9 months. couldn't even go home for a single night. And I mean, you're a parent. Could you imagine that feeling was, you know? And
Crazy.
I finally got to go home for about 36 hours and one of my kidneys failed. Went back in for another 4 months. And this is pretty much what happened, mate. So I was about 3.5 years old. And, you know, apart from good doctors, I think one of the only reasons I made it out of that hospital is just a bloody awesome family. My parents were by my side every single night in hospital. Also, they say, to be honest, they could have been getting lit in LA for all I know.
Right.
But I'll take their word for it. And an awesome big brother Zach, who, you know, we're both mates with. And look, it was touch and go there for a while, but ever since I was about 4, I've been pretty lucky, mate, that I've been fit and healthy. And you know, it's funny when you have a disability, and you'll know this as a parent. The first thing the doctor says to you or your mates is your baby healthy, right? 10 fingers, 10 toes. And what I've been able to trying to change is like, there's nothing wrong with having a disabled child, right? It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing, as long as we're invested in and given a chance to be ourselves.
And look at, like, you've gone on to maybe the most remarkable personal and professional career of anyone I know, or anyone I don't even know. I observe just like the things you have achieved, especially with a start that, you know, everyone was worried, and look at you, like, you're superhuman.
Yeah, and I used to believe those stigmas and shame stories that society tells us that disability is the worst thing. For example, a road safety ad on TV where someone speeds, has a car accident. What's the next scene? Someone like me in tears because their life's over, deterring you from speeding. Also, movies, TV, the character with disability is always an able-bodied person playing someone with disability, and they're always this sad, devastated character who hates their life. So we believe that disability is the worst thing outside of death. And I was like, that's bullshit, right? Like, that's not my life. So, but I used to believe that was my life. And just before we met, and I've told you this, I used to hate myself.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. I was embarrassed about my disability. I felt like a burden. I wasn't proud of it. I got bullied. I got called a cripple and a spastic and retard, words that I hate. And I believe them, you know? And then I was like, you know, F that. I just want to be me, right? And I'm so lucky that I found Paralympic sport first and foremost. That gave me a purpose, but also I met my tribe and my community, you know what I mean? And I won a gold medal playing wheelchair basketball when I was 17 years old at the Beijing Paralympics when I was still in high school. My teammates, one of the guys had beaten cancer 4 times by the time he was 12. Another guy was working over in the docks in Western Australia. He was a good football player. And his name was Brad Ness, and one of his mates got one of the boat ropes accidentally tied around his leg, then docked the boat took off, rope tied around his leg, and it sliced his leg straight off that day.
Oh, shit.
And these are my teammates, right? And at one point in all of our lives, we'd all given up hope, like I know I had, and I didn't think my life was going to amount to anything, brother. I really didn't. And I didn't think I'd be sitting here potentially today at all, let alone doing what I'm doing. And to watch that flag go up, man, tears running down our face. So proud of one another. It was one of the best moments of my life. I was 17 years old, and it really gave me that, I guess,
confidence?
Yeah, confidence, but also really instilled in me what I wanted to do with my life, which was change perceptions all around the world so people with disability can just get out and live the lives they deserve to live. Go to a bar, have sex, go on a date, travel, go to festivals, party, work, you know, play sport, whatever they want to do, just like anybody else.
Well, you've done all that, man. I mean, I've done most of that with you.
Yeah, I know.
We've done like some crazy things. Like I was the one holding you up, not single-handedly, at Coachella when you do wheelchair crowd surfing.
Yeah, so the first time I ever wheelchair crowd surfed was at Coachella.
Is that right?
With you,
I know what.
Watching Jay-Z. Remember that?
Yeah.
And what you guys used to do was put one wheel on each side, or sorry, one foot on each wheel, and then use me to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
Like a ladder.
Yeah,
and I was like,
you as a step ladder for our favorite song, and then we would lift you
well,
up.
hang on. I was like, that's bullshit. Now you got to lift me up. Right? Where's my opportunity to do that?
We were trading.
So yeah, I mean, we'll put a photo up so you can have a look at it right now. But mate, best seat in the house, and I've only ever been dropped once, and it's on YouTube. You got to watch it.
Is that right? Was that part of the Tosh.0 episode?
Wheelchair crowd surf fail. Yeah, exactly right, bro.
That's hilarious.
And I actually ate shit, but I didn't end up any more disabled than I started. I stayed the same level.
Oh my God. So you did your wheelchair basketball, won a gold.
Gold and silver.
Gold and a silver.
Yeah.
Where are those medals hanging in your house?
I keep them, like, I've got a couple. I've got, like, my mum has a few. I've got a few trophies. I've actually got one here in one of my bags, actually.
Oh, you do?
I think so.
Ooh,
I just carry them
yeah.
around. I carry them around everywhere I go.
Just to show, like, that's how your ID.
Yeah, you know what though? The reason I had a talk in Australia before I flew here, and I land back in Australia in 24 hours. I got to talk straight away. Like I do a lot of motivational speaking around the world, and I just throw the medals in the crowd because they obviously mean something to me, but it's not the medal. But have you ever felt a gold medal before you felt mine?
No.
Of course not. Either had I. And when people hold them, they're like, holy shit, that's a gold medal.
Yeah, because you just see them on TV.
Yeah, they're like a mythical thing. And
yeah.
to be able to share that with people is awesome, man. It really is. And, you know, if I'd seen someone like me with disability living my life when I was a kid, it would have changed my life.
Right.
Because I just didn't want to be here anymore. And I've had so many people that have supported me, one of which is you, mate. And, you know, now we're playing sport, traveling the world. I'm acting, I'm presenting, I'm winning Australian of the Year. I'm getting opportunities globally to not just only tell my story, but be a storyteller, interview people. And yeah, mate, I'm very lucky to be doing what I'm doing.
Well, you're over here for a reason. Like, are you wanting to, or would you be down to move to the States for like entertainment purposes? Or obviously you got an interest over here. And I mean, it's the premise of this podcast. Americans have got an interest in us.
Yeah.
And you are not just any Australian. You are the Australian of the Year.
Thank you, mate.
And like, there's no one like you. You're charismatic and a handsome dude. Surely the Americans would be falling over themselves to have you on something.
Well, yeah, mate, it was always hard when I was playing sport, obviously, because you're traveling so much. But now that I've retired as an official washed up athlete that I am, and, you know, I got to do so many cool things already. Like I was the main host for the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games in Paris recently for Aussie TV, the first person with disability, definitely the first wheelchair user to host an Olympic Games. Like I hosted the race walk. I can't even walk. Like it was my best thing ever, bro.
You commentated? Like,
mate, I was like the main anchor. Like we're going down to the race. I used to say things like, from one walking expert to another, we're going down to the race walk. It was just perfect. You know what I mean?
Get you on for like the LA Games.
Mate, I've already had meetings. I want to do stuff here for the LA 28 Games. Also, what an opportunity for LA. You know, Paralympic sport hasn't really been entrenched in the zeitgeist as much over in America, and it's going to be, mate, after this. Do you know why?
Why?
Because, yeah, we're inspirational, but we're elite athletes who kick ass and put on a show every single time that we compete. My first Australian Open playing tennis, there was about 4 people there. My last one, Rod Laver Arena, 20,000 people, full.
Oh, no.
Like
you are, Americans watching this or listening to this, you're like, everyone in Australia just adores you. I mean, we had beers a few weeks ago, and you're like the mayor of Melbourne. Everyone's stopping to say hello.
Everyone's so lovely though, and I'm always going to stop and say hello to everyone because the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is everybody else, mate. It's not me. I just do the easy part, which is be myself. It's everyone else that shared my story, took an interest, told their kids about, you know, disability, like whatever it is, and you know, like I've done some, you know, crazy things in the last little while. Like I got to talk to the Queen just before she died, and then when she passed away, our PM called me and was like, hey, before the Queen passed away, she wrote a list of people she wants to come to the funeral, and I was on the list.
Oh, no way. Did she leave you anything in the will?
No, I mean, I'm still waiting to hear, actually.
Right.
Buckingham Palace would be nice. But, you know, like I was at the funeral with like Macron and Ardern and Joe Biden and just like...
You must just pinch yourself.
Well, just, you know, crazy thing. I get to travel the world, you know, come to America. I've, you know, get to do so many different things. And yeah, mate, to answer your question, I'd love to move here. I want to move here. I've been acting, which I'm really enjoying. I've had heaps of opportunity. I was in the Rocky Horror Show on theatre, singing and dancing with my pants off, which is like an almost...
Your pants off?
Yeah, mate. Have you not seen the Rocky Horror Show?
I missed it.
It's like full cross-dressing, fishnet tights, high heel.
Oh, yeah.
They said, are you going to dance in high heels? I said, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm in a wheelchair. So I'll do whatever.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think you do really well over here.
Yeah.
So back to tennis, because tennis was your second sport, and you know you did the Olympics and you did the Grand Slam. Is that something you always were good at, or it feels to me like you kind of just unlock sports, like you just like tennis? Okay, I'll try that. Now you're doing golf.
Yeah.
You're the first person to hit a golf ball like in a wheelchair like that.
Oh well, yeah, I can hit it like the longest drive in a wheelchair is 147 meters, which was like 160 yards, and I hit it about 220 yards.
Nice.
Which is fun, but I'm just having fun with the golf. But yeah, the tennis, mate, I used to play a bit as a kid. I think when I retired from basketball, I would win 15 Grand Slam singles titles and 3 more gold medals? Absolutely not, brother. But tennis changed my life because I got voted in the world all-star 5 in basketball, so the best 5 players. I never met like LeBron James. But tennis, the Grand Slams are integrated the wheelchair division with the able-bodied players. So I share locker rooms with, Roger Federer calls me Dill. Like, the Novak, Serenas, whatever it is. And they care about it, mate. They care about it. They ask me questions about it. And I used to be like, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for the public and everybody else as well. And that's why we were able to change that and getting to win all 4 Grand Slams. The last one was the US Open and the gold medal. The only other person to do that was Steffi Graf. No male has ever done it. There's another wheelchair tennis player, Dida de Groot, has done it now. But yeah, mate, pretty amazing.
I wanted to ask you about Novak specifically because he seems like a really good guy, but I feel like he has a fractured relationship with Australia. Do you think like we give him a hard go, or does he deserve it, or how's that relationship going to mend?
Oh, well, look, he's won like 10 Australian Opens, and that's just unbelievable, to be honest. And I know his last match he played at the Australian Open, he got booed off the court because he got injured, and people didn't believe him, which is like it sucks, man. Like, who are you to say someone isn't injured? And when you've won that many, you don't have to be a fan of someone, but you don't also have to like disrespect and boo them off the court.
But I feel like since the COVID stuff, I feel like Australia's like, not down with Novak. And I feel, the relationship might not ever recover.
Yeah, well, I think so. I think for some people they might not, be a fan. And you know what we're like in Australia. We can be brutal on people, mate. We love a good bit of tall poppy syndrome sometime. I can only speak from experience, mate, and he's been a supporter of me, wheelchair tennis. We like do this demo every year at the AO, and it's like really highlights that he wants to like support other people in tennis, which is cool. But yeah, hey, you can like me, you can not like me, you can like Novak, you can not like Novak. We can't control what people think about us, mate. All I know is I just try and be a good person and do my thing. And if people aren't into that, well then fair enough. And I think Novak just enjoys winning as well. So I think he'll live.
Are there any other sports you think you could try? Like, could you do surfing? Or could you get some skis to the bottom of your wheels?
Yeah, you can go sit skiing. People always say to me, what sport's next? And I say, definitely not the high jump. That's where I kind of limit myself. But I think, mate, sit skiing's crazy. You put a ski under your wheelchair and you put 2 little skis in your hand and you go downhill. Yeah.
Nice.
And they go like 200 miles an hour. Like it's 120 miles an hour.
That's nuts.
But I'm done. I'll do other sport for fun. But, mate, I really enjoy what I'm doing. I got to go to Zambia last year and make a documentary. I want to do more like actual documentary making, travel the world, talk about disability. I've got an idea to write a scripted, show, which is starting to get a bit of legs, metaphorically speaking. So, mate, I'm lucky and I'm really enjoying this next part of life.
What are your most aspirational goals for your career? Like, do you want to win an Oscar?
I'd love to win an Oscar.
Okay.
Nice.
For what, like sound engineering? Or?
Yeah, exactly. No. Best original song. I'll put my voice in one of our mates doing music. I'm really enjoying the acting. I've really given it a good crack and had some great opportunities. Yeah, I love film, TV and making things. And you know what my dream in life is? To get a platform so big, right, that talking about disability inclusion becomes redundant because it's just normalized, right? And I always think, like, in a place like America, which rules the world of entertainment and that, like, name me 3 people with disability. And everyone goes, all right, Stevie Wonder. Who else? And it's like, whoa.
Right.
Now, you can't off the top of your head say that. And that's a bummer, right? And, the reason we, as people with disabilities, should get opportunities is not just because it's the right thing to do. You can believe that or not. It's because we're good at what we do. When you eliminate that unconscious bias that we aren't as good as an able-bodied person or we can't do something or whatever it is. And I've always been so lucky that people have backed me and backed my authentic voice. And I'm also like vulnerable to be like, hey, I need some help here. Like, I'm not embarrassed to ask you to help me get in a car if I need it, mate, or whatever. And there's no shame in that, whatever it is. And that took me a lot of time to be proud of disability, but also like it took me 28 years to feel worthy of love in my disability. I'm like 33, 34. Right. So like it's been a journey, man. But I am bloody proud of who I am, proud of my disability, and I just want more, people to get the same opportunities that I've had. But to answer your question, mate, let's take over the world, baby, together.
I want it all.
Let's go.
In the words of Kendrick.
Let's go.
How do America and Australia deal with disability and just people in wheelchairs differently? Is there a cultural difference? Is America more accessible than Australia or vice versa? Like the people you feel judging you in either country? Like what's the difference in our perception of disability?
Yeah, I think we both do a good job in the hardware, which is like ramps, automatic doors, elevators, whatever, those kinds of things. But where it falls down is the software. So a lack of opportunity, unconscious bias, direct or accidental discrimination by not like communicating with someone. And what we often hear is there's a timidness to engage because they don't want to get it wrong. They don't want to get in trouble or sued or whatever it is. But that actually then discriminates. It's also funny when I come to America because, I go to the gym. I did the men's health cover. I'm in OK Nick, as we say.
You are.
And I was going through the airport coming to see you. I wore a camo jacket because I think camo is cool.
I do.
And 20 people thanked me for my service.
Oh, no way.
In America.
No way.
And they say, like, thank you so much for your service.
What do you say?
And they say, can I buy you a drink? And I say, for sure. and then like I do it in an Australian accent as well. So I think in America there's like an idea that it's either like a army or a navy, an injury, or you're in hospital. Like there's no middle ground really. And that's like people with disability, we shop, we bank, am I allowed to swear? Do we swear on this podcast?
Yeah, we swear.
We fuck, we go on dates, we go to festivals, we travel, we do everything like it. We work, we are fathers and mothers and whatever it is. But if you just always see us as items of inspiration or items of sympathy, how hard is it then to engage?
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So it's about changing that narrative, and that's what I kind of go out and try and do every single day, brother. And huge opportunity to do it here, and hopefully I can play a small role in that.
Can we talk a little bit more about the F word, just you and sex and that sort of stuff? Because I imagine growing up, it would have been a hard thing to start out doing. It would have felt a bit awkward. And now, I mean, you're dating you're dating for a long time, a sex therapist.
Yeah.
What is your relationship with sex and intimacy?
Yeah, it's a great question. It was something that I was probably the most scared about growing up, just like you were, but probably other layers onto it. For me, people with disability can have sex in whatever way they can have sex, right? And I think what you think is a standard way is not many people actually doing that. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm lucky that I can have sex and I've got a beautiful partner, Chantel. She's also keen to move to America. She's a sexologist, so talented, like super smart, and has a lot to offer in a taboo world, and we both work in taboo worlds. Disability is taboo and sex is taboo when they shouldn't be. And I've been lucky that I've always had supportive partners and things like that. But what breaks my heart, what's the best thing in your life? Your family and your relationship. Like most people would say that. And imagine if you never get an opportunity to have that because people think you can't.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we want to change that, and I want to change that. And I always say, if you're an able-bodied person and you see someone with one leg or who's blind or who has autism, whatever, at a bar, and you think they're cute, go say g'day. Go say g'day and ask them what's going on, right? Don't be scared because you think they can't do something. And I always say, if you want to find out something about someone with, like an able-bodied person, what do? You just ask them a question.
Of course.
So why not do it when someone has disability? You know what I mean? So yeah. It's cool, mate, and I'm a lucky boy, aren't I?
You are.
I'm a lucky boy.
Hey, I do this to everyone who comes on the show, but could you give me one of your favorite things about America in your best American accent?
I can do that.
Okay. You went to college. Where'd you go to college?
I went to college in Champaign-Urbana.
Champaign.
How's my accent?
That was not bad. Keep going.
I won an NCAA title. I actually won 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How do you say opportunity in American? Opportunity of America is what turns me on the most.
Okay.
You like that?
That was pretty good.
Thank you very much.
How was college life for you there?
Oh, my priorities were basketball, going out and having fun, partying, and studying down here.
Right.
To be honest, bro.
I went to Santa Barbara for a year. This is actually how we met. You were at university.
Australian accent in the Midwest.
Bro.
is a dangerous commodity.
Right.
Yeah, people said, "Are you going to get an American accent?" I was like, "Why the f would I want to get an American accent?"
No.
I was like, "This is gold."
I consciously avoid it. Like if I notice myself.
You've been here what, 12 years?
Yeah.
Funny story about you and I.
Okay.
We actually applied for the Amazing Race.
We did apply for the Amazing Race.
And we got in, but we didn't go because you got this job at TMZ.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that how it went?
That's how it happened, brother. So imagine
Yeah, you called me, like when I got the job at TMZ, you emailed me, you said.
Well, they said they're keen because they were like, a guy in a wheelchair and his best mate who can walk, that's just TV gold.
And
right?
and the funny part about it is you can do everything, I can do nothing.
And you sucked and I was good.
Right.
So we actually would have been sucking because of you.
Yes.
But everyone would have been like, no, it's the guy in the wheelchair.
It's a perfect storyline.
And then you got the job here and you took this, you bastard. Hey, but it worked out well for both of us.
It did.
I don't think I would have won Australian of the Year if I was a reality TV star.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I saved
Honestly,
you.
saved me.
You.
You saved me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of you recently. Did you party with Travis Kelce last time you were here?
Well, yeah, my one of my best mates is a musician called Dom Dollar.
Oh, Dom Dollar.
And he's like a beautiful, one of my best mates. He's such a great guy. And
Dom Dollar is just blowing the fuck up.
Yeah, he is. He just played a couple of Madison Square Gardens, which isn't bad for a young guy from Australia. And he deserves all the success, and so does his team. Like, they're the best people. And yeah, Dom and I flew to a gig and Travis was there. He was lovely, mate. He was such a good bloke. He was like helping me around and like, we're going up a hill. He's giving me a push and like, what an absolute legend of a dude.
What was that funny video I saw you do with him where you were like doing like a little leg kick?
I was teaching him how to do a goose step as someone who's a paraplegic in a wheelchair.
That is absolutely hilarious.
And I thought I did pretty well. I don't know if I used it.
No, it looked good.
Excellent.
It looked good.
Yeah. Do you call it a goose step in America?
Is that when you just like do the...
Yeah, like a little goose step around someone.
I think so.
What we do now.
I think so.
Good.
All right, last few questions, okay? Is there anything in particular you wish you could do that you can't do?
There's a couple, like, one day I want to have a kid and I'm going to have to ask my brother Zach to teach him how to kick a football. That sucks. You live in a beautiful part of the world where, the beach is right there. And when I come over to your place, I watch you and everyone walk on the sand and jump in the water, something I've never been able to do, nor will I. That sucks. But for every one thing that I can't do, mate, there are 10,000 other things that I can do. Right. And there's a lot of medical research around stem cell and being able to walk again. You couldn't pay me to do it, brother. Because the Dylan that walks, Dylan in the wheelchair, it's the same Dylan. And, I'm so lucky and grateful to live the life that I live. And I could not care less that it's from a wheelchair. Like, I love it. And
you think about what you'd be doing if you weren't in a wheelchair? Like what your life would be?
It'd be very hard for it to be any better than my life now.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, a gold medalist. I've got a foundation where I help young kids with disability, a consulting firm.
You've got Ability Fest. You've got a music festival.
I run a music festival just like Coachella. The only difference is we have added accessibility features like platforms, pathways, sign language interpreters, a sensory room for those who are neurodivergent. Every bartender speaks sign language. Like, we try and do everything, man. And we've raised millions of dollars from it, from our foundation. I want to take that all around the world because we got these new vibrating suits. They're called haptic suits. So if you're deaf, right, you can put these suits on and you should select what stage you're at and it vibrates to the music.
That's awesome.
How cool is that,
That's
man?
so cool.
We've just tried to think of everything. That's called Ability Fest. We're going to bring it over here. So many cool things, mate.
Yeah.
And all that is stemmed on the fact of who I am, and part of who I am is having a disability, mate. And yeah, I'm proud of it.
Do you ever wish you could dunk?
I mean, can you dunk?
Nah.
You're in a select group anyway. But you know what? Who wants to fucking dunk when you can shoot a 3-pointer?
Yeah.
I can drain it.
Take a 3-pointer.
I can drain a 3.
That's right.
I don't think Steph Curry can dunk. I mean, maybe just.
Probably, maybe if you use those trampolines and Globetrotters.
I mean, I could do it if I had a trampoline.
right.
You just throw me on it.
Like a ramp and sort of like.
Or like some kind of like cherry picker lift.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Another question. Do you care if someone's using the disabled stall when you go in?
Yeah, if yes. Especially depending on what they're doing in there when there's a big group.
Right. But you've knocked on the door.
It's like a circus of people coming out. But what I will say is, if someone knocks on the door, it normally means they're disabled. Hurry up and finish. Like, if you're going to the bathroom, and often they're like, oh, like, go away, and then they see me, and it's like they've seen a ghost.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, it's like they are going to die.
Right.
But disabled parks, like car parks, and disabled toilet, please don't use them, because if someone takes the disabled car park, I can't get out of my car.
Yeah.
And if I can't hold on to go to the bathroom as long as you can. So yeah, get the fuck out of me.
Right.
Yeah.
Last question. We got my little daughter Peach in.
Come on, Peachy.
It's bring your daughter to work day, isn't it, Peachy?
Can I also say I'm a big fan of Peachy, and Peachy's a big fan of me. So
Oh, she is. You guys are friends, aren't you?
hey, Peachy, how are you?
Do you remember that question you wanted to ask Dylan? Come on. What's the question? How fast can you go?
Peachy, I can go pretty fast. Down a hill, I can go probably like 20, 30 miles an hour, I reckon.
Wow.
Which is quick.
Have you got that?
Yeah, bloody oath. And you can sit on my lap and we can go for a push together and we can get max speed. What do you reckon? You down? Nah, come on, Peachy.
You go for a ride.
Oh, yeah. I'll look after you.
Well, yeah, Dylan and Peach, they're friends, you know.
Tell a story about when Peachy bought the...
Oh, well, Peach actually, the first time she met Dylan, the next day she was at the Barbie shop, and what did you choose? Come on. This is your debut. She chose the wheelchair Barbie.
How cool is that?
Out of all the Barbies she could choose, she chose the wheelchair Barbie. And that's the sort of, just one Peach at a time, you can like...
Well said, mate. And like, they asked at the Australian Open one year, like 1,000 young kids who their favourite tennis player was. That's all they said. And, you know, it could have been Kyrgios and Serena or Roger or Novak or Rafa. And like over 100 said me.
That's sweet.
Someone in a wheelchair. So the youngest generation, they're starting to realise that, you know, being disabled is normal and it's a normal part of life. And how good's that, bro? And yeah, like when you sent me that story about Peach, I was like, got emotional because like, that's what it's about, mate.
Yeah.
It really is. And that's what we're trying to do. So the next generation of young disabled kids can just get out there and be themselves.
Totally, mate. Well, thank you so much, bro.
Love you, mate.
Love you, buddy.
Proud of you.
Yeah, proud of you. Proud of you, mate.
Oh,
You're the best.
You're the best.
You're not only inspiration, man. You're just like, can you have food when we go? This was my big finish.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, man. Like, thanks for coming in.
I love you, mate. Thanks for always being a big supporter of me. And let's take over America together one day at a time.
We'll do it, mate. All right.
Good on you, brother. I love you.
Christina.
Cotton, g'day, mate. How are ya?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm great.
How have you been this week?
I've been good. I had a busy week last week. Lots of red carpets, which has been fun.
What do you do for us here at TMZ?
What do I do? I work at our sister site, toofab.com, and we do a lot of red carpets and go out to events and that side of Hollywood and interviewing stars and then putting the content out on everything.
So you're like one of the roving reporters going to events. Almost every night of the week I see you out doing something.
I mean, it feels like that, but yes, that's the aim.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
So hit us with This Week Down Under.
This
I
Week
nearly
Down Under.
forgot the
I
name
feel like
of
we
it.
always forget the name of this segment. It's This Week Down Under.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get my papers.
Oh, here we go. Serious.
Serious time. So this didn't happen down under, but it's with our golden girl from down under.
Okay.
So are you a Love Island fan?
A big time, actually.
Oh, okay. So Love Island's Maura Higgins.
I know her. She's
You know her?
from Ireland or from somewhere.
Yes. Yes. Well, she enjoyed a boozy lunch with none other than our very own Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie was
I
a
kn-
Love Island contestant?
Margot Robbie's obsessed with Love Island.
Oh,
Like, this is well known.
okay.
Like, she had people come from Love Island to the Barbie premiere. Like, she loves Love Island. Yes. So obviously Margot is enjoying not being pregnant and is enjoying her gin company. She has a gin company.
Does she really?
Yes, she does. And she was out in London, so she's filming for Wuthering Heights. She was out in London having a...
Wuthering?
Oh my God, last week you did this to me as well.
Oh, you say withering?
Wuthering?
Withering is like withering away, like you know what I mean?
Do you know if it's withering or what?
It's wuthering.
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 Fine. Okay, let me do that again.
No, keep going. This is good.
Oh, Wuthering Heights. So she's filming in London.
Yeah.
She's got a bit of a break. She's at a pub in Soho and she's with Maura.
Wow.
And they're celebrating the launch of the Fever Tree times Papa Salt. That's the brand for Margot's gin.
So I actually am a new gin fan.
Oh, Margot has this brand called Papa Salt. And
Papa Salt.
Papa Salt. And now she's got ready to drink in a can version. And that's what they're celebrating.
Wow.
So what was her name again? Maura. So Maura posting about how when Margot Robbie invites you to lunch, you go. And then they're doing shots at 2 p.m. What a woman. So, yeah.
Oh, Margot. I can't believe she's
She's
a mum.
legend. I feel like she's such like a party girl.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun.
And now she's got a little baby.
I know. So cute. Still dying for the name, but whatever.
True. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Great. Good to hear.
Dua Lipa.
Love Dua Lipa.
We love her. She's down under.
I'm seeing a lot of her like on the beach and doing different
She
things.
is killing it. Her concerts are going everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So she was doing some shows in Sydney. Everyone's been loving her shows.
Right.
This one fan found her show even extra special for him.
Oh.
Yeah, he got lucky in the mosh pit.
What do you... What?
Him and this girl made out.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought it was like the home base.
That's slightly inappropriate.
Okay. So they made out.
They made out. They kissed.
Okay.
Formed a little like mosh pit romance. And then it turned sour.
Okay.
So apparently, according to the video he posted, he put her on his shoulders, having the best time, getting a great view of Dua. And then he felt something wet come down his back.
Stop.
Apparently, according to his video,
Oh.
someone was a little too excited for Dua Lipa, didn't want to go to the bathroom, and
then it wasn't until I got home that my housemates alerted me that I had a little bit of brown stuff, a little bit of the brown on my back as well. So,
Oh my.
may have weed on his back. But
Did he still like go home with her or like?
No,
was it
no.
a deal breaker or not?
I think it was a deal breaker.
Okay.
I was watching this video hoping it would be like, I'm on the hunt for this gorgeous girl. Like, you know, there's those videos that like trying to find
Please
the
find
girl.
her TikTok.
Yeah, no, he was talking about that he turned into a toilet for her.
That is not nice.
But I'm also calling bluff because he didn't show the T-shirt. He was like, it was at the back of my Dua Lipa merch. It was covered. And I'm like, well, show the T-shirt.
Show the T-shirt,
Are you just
mate.
trying to get famous?
Liar.
So I'm calling bluff.
Maybe he was the one who peed. Trying to cover it up somehow.
Oh, yeah, and blame it on the girl.
Yeah.
Standard men.
Right. Okay.
I have another one.
Here's with
Want it?
your last one, even though the producer's looking at me like, not sure.
Okay, you don't want another one?
Just a quick one.
Okay, quick one. Aussies don't want Teslas, apparently.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, so there's this video that's gone viral from this guy that's apparently a car expert. He's walked past this parking lot and it's filled with like 500 Teslas near the Perth airport.
Can't sell them anymore.
Can't sell them.
It's a megamobile.
Well, that and also the prices are too high.
Right.
They're trying to slash the prices. They're handing out free charging and free chargers and still no Aussies want them.
Are there any like those car batteries around Australia? You know how you plug them in everywhere here? Have we got all that stuff?
I haven't been home in a couple of years, so I actually don't know if we've grown in the car
Right.
charging. But they are everywhere here.
Man, Tesla's taking such a big hit. Do we have Cybertrucks in Australia yet?
I don't think so. No, we don't have Waymos, don't have Cybertrucks.
Wow. Just if you're listening from Australia,
Oh, there's something.
they're coming for you.
They are
Cybertrucks.
something.
Thank you, Christina.
Thanks, Cotton.
That was so good.
Anytime.
And we'll see you guys here next week.